Welcome to Road to Fire. Let's do a July mid-month budget check-in. This is really great, so it gives me the ability to track where I'm going. Okay, just a quick reminder of our method. We do the zero-based budget method, but I leave about a $500 buffer because we don't really follow the traditional sinking funds rule. With the method, essentially all of our income is accounted for on both the expenses and savings side. So every single dollar that I make and every single expense we have has a line item in our budget. We look at our budget every Friday and adjust after every pay period. I personally look at our budget every single week just to see how we're tracking, and then I have a monthly meeting with my husband at the end of the month to kind of figure out where we are and everything. In that monthly meeting, we look at our net worth, we look at our financial independence tracking update, and we also look at areas that we had opportunities or areas that we can improve in. So let's review how we are tracking to our July budget. If you recall, I had a video about our July budget and I'll link that below, but I'll glance over our income report right now. So July is a 3-pay period month for us, which is higher than usual. I'm also expecting to get a bonus from my business. As I spoke in my video, I'm not really for sure at that time how much I was going to get. We also expect to get some income from Google AdSense, but that's very little. And our main focus now and moving forward for the remainder of the year is to gain additional passive income. As you can see, we're weighted heavily on our job. So the quick look into our numbers, you'll see that our W-2 represents about $17,000, bonus is about $400, and then passive income only $100. Let's review our actuals that have come in so far. So we've had one pay period come in, and this is our number after our 401k contributions at our company. So my husband and I both are contributing to our 401ks at our companies. I contribute around 9% and he contributes around 4.5%, 5%. But we adjust that based on our given income for that month. So if we have more bonuses, we'll do a little bit higher. If we have more expenses coming in, we'll do a little bit less. So we adjust it basically every single month. So it's relatively normal to be around this part, about $6,000 per pay period net income. And then for our bonus here, I had more than I expected. So I budgeted $400 and about $1,020 came in, which is exciting. So additional money that can go to debt. And then for passive income, we usually don't get paid from Google AdSense until the end of the month. So we haven't seen that number in, but we're expecting it to still be around 100. Now let's review our actual expenses. So I went over our expense report in our budget video. Again, I'll link that below. But our top expenses we have will be our car, rent, and childcare. So those are the three that I really focus on when I think about our expenses, especially in the mid-month. So here are the numbers in more detail. So you can see our savings, our car, our rent, and our childcare represent a large percent of our expenses. Again, because we do the zero-based budgeting method, savings is considered a line item or a quote-unquote expense for us. So I just want to make sure that that's clear. It's actually not an expense, but it's something that we track on our budget. So detailed here for our July expense report. So for savings, we max out our Roth IRA, which is held in Vanguard, and the max this year is $6,000 for each of us. So we are definitely going to have a big month of savings because we have 3 pay periods. For our car, we're paying down our car loans faster, so we're sending extra money there. But I want to clarify for our car, it's not just our loan car notes that are here, it's also our insurance and our gas and any maintenance. So that's all of it in this line item. So we're a little bit over budget already in the halfway mark, but that's probably because I'm putting additional money every single pay period, every single week to this line item to kind of pay down our debt a little bit faster. For rent, we pay our rent at the end of the month for the next month, so I will not see that kind of move out until probably July 30th. For childcare, my son is back in private swim lessons, so that was the fee we got, around $94. And he's also going back to daycare for 2 days a week, and we were kind of forced into doing that because to save our spot, we had to pay. So we don't really see that pay charge until about the 25th of the month. And let's go to tithing. So we're both Christians and we tithe about 10% of our income annually. This month is a little bit lower because we're focusing heavily on debt pay down, but we plan on amping that up throughout the remainder of the year to hit that 10% annual rate. And so we give about $250 every other week. For groceries, this has been a really big win for us. We are way under budget because we were traveling and we went back to my parents' house for a few days. and that gave us the ability to eat for free for a while. We also shopped at my mom's house, which had all the goodies, so we were able to like stock up on items without paying for them. So I was really happy to see that our grocery bill is way below, giving us about $242 as a wiggle room for the remainder of the 15 days of the month. So really awesome win there. For our phone, we don't get charged for that until the end of the month, and that's kind of fixed, although Sprint has been a little wacky the last couple of months, so it's been up and down. Like one month it was 100 and another month it was 172, so I'm not really for sure why, although we have a fixed plan, but it averages out to be $165 a month, and I won't expect that to come out to the end of the month. For households, we spent a lot on household already. We basically needed every single thing that you needed in regards to cleaning, disinfectant, dishwashing soap, dish soap, hand soap. Basically all the necessities you need in a house we were out of. And so we had to do a big Target run, and so that's where you see the $152. Still not bad, but there are a couple of other things that we need to get, so we'll probably end up being over budget on this. So our utilities, that includes our internet as well as our gas and our water bill and electricity. And so right now we were just charged for internet, and that's the $52. So relatively normal, don't expect to go over on these utilities. For gifts here, we just ordered gifts for my son. His birthday is next week, as well as my niece, and so I expect that to come out in the next week or so. The items have not shipped yet, so we haven't been billed, but it should be around that $100 mark, so I'm not really concerned. For restaurants, we rarely eat out. We eat out about one time a week, so this is expected. We're about tracking where we think we would be for the remainder of the month, so I'm really happy that I'm able to kind of hedge and control restaurants, because that has been an issue for us in the past, but based on the climate and the way the world is right now, we've kind of tapered down on eating out a lot. And business, I made a charge on our business account for subscription. Essentially, that's a monthly subscription I have in regards to getting images that you see in my YouTube videos here. So that was a charge about $14 for that company. For health, my husband bought new weights, and so we don't have a gym membership, and so we have our personal weights and yoga mats and all those items at our home, so we buy that ourselves. And he's pushing to work out more at home, so he bought some weights, and that was around that $75 mark. And for entertainment, we have an Apple Cloud membership, because we have images there that are still floating around, so we pay that each and every month. We also streamed Finding Nemo for my son, and he loves that movie, so we streamed it for him. And so that's pretty much the small budget we have around entertainment. For apparel, we don't really have a need or desire for new clothes right now. We might get my son a few things as he's growing, but essentially I just put a small little buffer in case there's anything we may need. That kind of wraps up our expenses. I'm really happy of where we are right now, and I think that we'll be able to hit most of our expense goals and budgeted things that we have this month based on where we're trending right now. So we don't do monthly updates on our net worth. We expect to do that at the end of the month. The market has been moving up and down, so it's really weird to do it halfway through. So we just look at our net worth and our FI tracking at the end of the month. Thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.